cow, this is so mind-blowing that my head actually hurts. In Antarctica, NASA has just discovered what might be a parallel universe where time flows backwards. Here's the wild part. They weren't even looking for this. They just had their NASA balloon out in Antarctica in the crystal clear air, searching for cosmic particles. And then something impossible happened, literally impossible, that defies the laws of physics as we know them. So there are these high energy particles called tau neutrinos, and typically they come down from space. But what they discovered was that these things were actually coming up from Earth, like watching water flow uphill, something that, again, breaks the laws of physics as we know them. But scientists apparently are like, but maybe they aren't moving upwards. Maybe instead they're moving backwards through time. And apparently the simplest and most logical explanation for this is that it's a parallel universe that was born at the same time ours was during the Big Bang. But here's the kicker. In that universe, if you dropped your phone, it would unshatter and go back in your hand. If you spilled your coffee, it would flow backwards into the cup. Basically take everything we know about time and flip it and reverse it. Now, somewhere in this mirror universe, there could be beings looking at us saying, these guys are living life backwards. This is an absolutely insane discovery. I just hope it's not like the Upside Down and we've opened some parallel door.
This is absolutely insane. In Antarctica, NASA just discovered what might be a parallel universe where time flows backwards. And they weren't even looking for this. They just had their NASA balloon in Antarctica searching for cosmic particles when something impossible happened. So there are these high energy particles called tau neutrino that come down from space, but what they discovered in this area was they were doing the opposite and coming up from Earth, which is like watching a rock roll uphill on its own, something that literally defies the laws of physics as we know them. But what scientists discovered was that maybe they weren't moving upwards and maybe they were just moving backwards in time. The most logical explanation they could come up with was that there is a parallel universe that exists that was born the same time as ours during the Big Bang. And in this mirror universe, everything is basically just reversed. And they believe there are beings in that universe that are identical to the ones in this universe, and they believe that we do everything backwards. Let me know what you guys think about this, and as always, I'll keep you guys updated.
Proof that we are living in a simulation. 1. All of those things we shrug off every day. Or is it just proof of lazy coding? 2. Outer space not having any sound just feels a little too convenient. 3. Half the population just admits to not having any sort of inner monologue. How am I supposed to believe that you actually think? 4. When you see a car or a word for the first time of the day and suddenly you see that yellow car and word everywhere you go. 5. What really scares me, though, is how when you're in a car you can barely stretch your arms to either side. But a bus can fit 4 people plus an aisle, and they both fit in the same street. 6. Ever notice how you can walk into a room and completely forget why you went in there? It's like someone hit the reset button on your short-term memory. 7. Dreams are another strange thing. 1 minute you're flying over a city, and the next you're in your high school classroom. But nobody finds this odd. It's like our brains are streaming random episodes from different series.
I realized that nature doesn't keep secrets. It's only a matter of, do we understand? What tools can we use to expand our knowledge? And for me, dimethyltryptamine, also known as DMT, was the tool that led me to the discovery.
When I first saw the phenomenon, I was like, holy shit!
But then it was actually like, whoa, what is happening?
Am I losing my mind? But then I showed other people, and things kept getting weirder.
Just for the record, I haven't told him anything. Okay, just tell me what you see.
Oh my God, come on.
Wow, what the fuck? Holy shit. I just saw something. Yeah. What the fuck?
Oh, I see that. I feel it.
I've been under the influence of mind-altering substances a lot, but I've never seen anything like that. Whoa.
I showed over 100 people, and I kept asking myself, how are all of us seeing the same thing?
Vocês me marcaram bastante nesse vídeo e é realmente fenomenal. Sejam bem-vindos ao The Project Joy, onde nós falamos sobre mistérios do universo. E assim, pra quem não entendeu, eles estão fazendo ali um experimento, onde as pessoas estão sob a influência de DMT, e cada um deles que estava fazendo parte do experimento fez isso em momentos diferentes, e estavam reportando o que eles conseguiam ver através do laser. E todos eles estavam reportando exatamente a mesma coisa. Porque se é uma ilusão causada por causa da substância, então por que todos estão tendo exatamente a mesma ilusão? Foi exatamente isso que deixou todo mundo intrigado. Porque até o momento nós sempre achamos que a alucinação é algo muito individual. Porque nós vemos pessoas com psicoses, pessoas com esquizofrenia, são experiências que elas estão tendo muito individualmente. Agora, a partir do momento em que nós temos um grupo de pessoas que estão sob a influência de uma determinada substância, em momentos diferentes, separadamente, mas têm exatamente a mesma alucinação, então significa que existe mais sobre os estados alterados de consciência do que nós pensamos. Porque aí você entende que até a loucura pode ter uma explicação. E agora, com todos esses estudos que estão sendo desenvolvidos nesse âmbito, gente, é uma questão de tempo. Quanto mais nós compreendermos as engrenagens do universo, mais revelações vão acontecer, mais situações em polaridades vão surgir. Porque absolutamente tudo o que precisa de ser descoberto, absolutamente tudo o que precisa de ser revelado, vai começar a ser revelado. Sejam elas coisas boas ou ruins. Porque está tudo relacionado com esse aumento da nossa capacidade de processamento de informação. Nós estamos entendendo coisas que nós nunca entendemos antes. Nós estamos nos tornando conscientes de coisas que nós nunca fomos conscientes antes. E, gente, eu sei que parece loucura, mas vocês têm noção que há 200, 300 anos atrás nós não nos preocupávamos com a vida dos animais? Nós não nos preocupávamos com o ambiente. Nós nem nos preocupávamos muito uns com os outros porque todo mundo estava sempre em guerra. Hoje as coisas continuam na mesma, a diferença é que nós estamos nos tornando mais conscientes delas. E por isso tem muita gente se revoltando, muita gente tendo muitas crises existenciais, muita gente tentando se questionar o verdadeiro propósito da nossa existência nesse planeta. E não é que a gente não tenha feito essas questões antes, nós sempre fizemos essas questões. Só que por muito, muito tempo as nossas crenças elas eram totalmente dominadas por outras pessoas. Mesmo que você quisesse ter uma liberdade de escolha de viver a vida como você acha que deve viver, você estava sempre condicionado a algo, alguém, alguma cultura, alguma religião. E novamente, hoje nós continuamos na mesma, só que nós estamos nos tornando mais conscientes. Aqueles que não conseguem mais compactuar com essas coisas estão se retirando e estão despertando. Aliás, é isso que é o grande despertar coletivo. O início da era tecnológica veio marcar justamente essa separação daqueles que estão preparados para evoluir e aqueles que querem continuar onde estavam. E o que significa evoluir neste caso? Significa se tornar consciente de quem você é, do que você está fazendo e do que você quer deixar como legado nesse planeta. Porque a partir do momento em que as pessoas começam a entender que eles são seres eternos, que depois da morte muitas outras coisas acontecem, aí você começa a entender a importância da gente cuidar uns dos outros, cuidar do planeta, cuidar do lugar. Porque enquanto todo mundo estiver apenas correndo pela sua sobrevivência, nós não vamos estar atentos àquilo que realmente está acontecendo. Porque a grande maioria das pessoas vai passar por cima de tudo para poder sobreviver. Mesmo que isso implique passar por cima da sua própria moralidade. E é exatamente aí que está o problema. E como é óbvio, né? Nós temos um grupo de seres que tem o monopólio principal das coordenadas principais dos principais eventos, mas até eles também estão perdendo poder. Porque apesar de haver um certo domínio desse monopólio, aquele que tem a palavra final é o próprio universo, a consciência divina. Enfim, muita informação. Quem quiser entender mais, não se esqueçam, os nossos links estão aqui na descrição ou na minha bio.
The sky just glitched in front of hundreds of people and they got it all on camera. This is insane. Have you ever seen the sky do anything like this? Something's not adding up. Thanks for watching. As always, stay weird.
I'm gonna show you guys something. So you see this reflection? The mirror thing doesn't just work on pure glass. You can also find a shiny enough reflection, just sort of
Ain't no way everyone here is a real person. Life is a simulation and a legitimate professor has proved it. James Gates, a theoretical physicist at MIT with 2 bachelor degrees and a PhD, found literal computer code embedded in the most fundamental building blocks of reality called strings. Now, string theory is a tough one, but I'm gonna break it down for you in a way that an 11-year-old would understand. So if you don't get this, hey, go back to grade 5, bruh. Alright, so we got my boy Einstein's theory of general relativity, which is basically just a theory of everything big. Planets, gravity, the universe, all the way back to the Big Bang. Then we got the new kid in town, quantum physics. This is the theory of everything small, like particles, atoms, and molecules, where the general laws of physics like gravity don't apply anymore. The same is true the other way around. Quantum laws don't apply to regular-sized physics. So we got general relativity, everything big, and quantum physics, everything small. Like, yo, dig. But both of these realms have the same parent, the Big Bang, at which point everything that is now big used to be small. If the small can become big, then quantum and general relativity need some sort of theory that can unify them. That is string theory. What happens to the big when it's small? What happens when you zoom into an atom? You see protons and neutrons in the center with electrons all around it. Now, what about inside a neutron? Even smaller particles called quarks. So how deep does the scale go? Conventional science will tell you there's nothing inside these quarks. But string theory suggests there's a tiny filament or a string of pure energy that exists inside of them. And just like the string of a guitar vibrates and creates different sound based on its shape and tension, the strings in string theory vibrate. But instead of sound, they produce matter in the form of particles. This completely changes the way you look at the world. Every particle in the universe is just a string vibrating at a different frequency, and every vibrational pattern has its own associated particle. So if you break anything down far enough, we're all just energy vibrating at differing wavelengths to form matter. Although it's still just a theory, this would link general relativity to the quantum realm and form what is known as the theory of everything. Okay, yeah, cool. Now where is this computer code found? When Dr. James Gates took a look at a set of equations derived from string theory, he found binary code. Error correcting code used for compressing data on a computer. A sequence of ones and zeros, the same code that is used by popular search engines, which, according to him, who has a PhD in theoretical physics from MIT, doesn't just resemble computer code, it literally is computer code. Meaning, if we break matter and energy down far enough, we eventually find compressing computer code etched into the very fabric of reality. So, who wrote this code? Are we living in, dare I say, A simulation?